Hi everybody, Jody Brozick here with Coach Keiser of the Winter Lady Warriors. How are you, Jamie?
Doing good.
Talk about Monday night's matchup with MVP.
Monday night, I knew that was going to be. They're one of those teams that just kind of flying under the radar. They have a really good program. Darcy has them, a very good program. They've been very successful in the past. Down at the state tournament, quite a few years there in a row, just a few years ago. So you knew that they're going to, be hungry. They have a really good hitter. Briggs is a really good middle hitter, and we knew that. I expected a good match. Their record isn't probably exactly, but it's a decent record. I mean, it's a good record, but they're sitting a ways down in their region just because their region is so stacked. So I knew that she'd have them ready. Of course, it was an away game. I thought we came out focused. I thought we did a really nice job in set 1, 2. We made their middle hitter really move around. She had to decide if she was going to kind of go right or she was going to go out, and make her pick and make her try to guess. Set 3, we just pretty much lost a lot of focus. Things were not going our way. We couldn't get anything to go our way at all. Serve, receive, we were out of system. They did a nice job of capitalizing on that and just being really aggressive and hitting the ball, taking it to us, and we just kind of fell apart. But it was good to see that we bounced back, after losing that set and didn't just kind of crumble and fall and just battle back and do the little things. Set 4 wasn't quite exactly the way we wanted it to go either. I mean, it was still close, kind of back to back, but we did pull it off. So that's good. Like I said, I knew they were going to be ready. They were hungry. They still have something to prove. That they're still in this and they can't be overlooked. So it was a good test. Like I said, not exactly the way you want to go. We want to play consistent going down the stretch. Especially towards the end right now. But it's good to also see that we can battle back and come back after that loss.
So then you come home. You make the long trip back. You go to Wagner. Talk to us about Wagner.
That's one of those ones that we put on the calendar from the beginning of the year. They're always good. They've had our number. Actually, we beat them last year, and then I think we beat them in 2013. But other than that, they pretty much had our number. So that's one that we knew from the beginning that we wanted. They were going to give us some points. We've been really talking power points going down this stretch. They're going to be key on what's going on, and when you get to that. So that's 16 if you can get past regions. And, we came out and actually I think we got the first quite a few points there in a row. She took a timeout, 10-3 I was going to say. And every time she took a timeout, I'd swear they got 3 or 4 points at least towards the end, except for set 4 and set 5 when I finally just said this can't happen anymore. But yeah, I said she had to quit using timeouts because she was getting 4 points at least back after a timeout. And we battled, but they came back in set 1. Set 2, I was really impressed that we just came out focused. Like I said, you can easily crumble after that in a good team. We were having a hard time stopping Brunsing. She was doing a nice job of, I thought they did a very good job in set 1 of staying in system. Their serve receive I thought was really good. And our serve receive really kind of was struggling. We were having a hard time getting it to our hitters. But we battled back in set 2. Set 3, really kind of fell apart again. Kind of like one of those MVP, it's just kind of the same deal. Nothing. We couldn't get anything to go. Serve, receive, serving. We were serving out in the net. Serve, receive was going straight up in the air, behind us, all over the place. But then it was good to see set 4, we settled down again and went after it again in set 4. Started to get a handle on Brunsing, I thought. We were getting tips on her. We got a few blocks, but that's not exactly what we tell our blockers, slow the ball down so that our defense can get underneath and get it so we can get it up. So I thought we did a nice job of that in sets 4 and 5 of just kind of controlling Brunsing a little bit more. And then our hitters really kind of came alive in 4 and 5 and just really took control of the match, and our setters did a nice job of moving the ball. so that then they couldn't really know where we were blocking. We were trying to send Calla to the right side and sending Morgan or Ellie to the outside, so that they had to pick between where we were going. And I thought they did a very nice job of that. Like I said, we've been really working on that on practice to make that middle hitter or even the outside, have to figure out where we're going. So that was a nice job. It was overall a good win. It was really actually a fun match. Of course, now they say that when you win. It wouldn't be so fun if you lost. But it's one of those ones that, going into the postseason, you don't really want, but now that it comes down to it, it's said and over and done, and like I said, we got the win. But, it's good to see that we can go through all that adversity, ups and downs, and volleyball is such an up and down sport. You think you have the momentum, she calls a timeout, and then they go on a 4-0 run, and then they're there, they're right back in it, and then you're battling back and forth again. But it was good to see that, we got over, with Parker a couple weeks ago, that hill that we just kind of just couldn't get over. We just kept having good teams, but we just could not get that win. So it's nice to see that we've now played 2 5-set matches and that we can battle through them and, like I said, have the adversity of up and down and still get the win.
So what'd you say to the girls between sets 3 and 4? Because it looked like 2 different teams.
Yeah, we just talked about the PowerPoints and the little things, and it's not over. It doesn't matter, it's over. We've got to keep our serves in, because that was killing us. Serve receive, we've got to give us a 2. If you get us to the 10-foot line, we can have something to do with it. Our hitters can adjust from there. Our setters can get to the ball. So we just talked about, defensively, we weren't getting to our spots defensively. I thought we got to our blocks, especially in set 4 and 5, that we were, like we said, we were not, Brunsing was all over the place. She was just killing us. And when she was in the front row, we couldn't stop her. And so, we kind of made some adjustments, did some things. She really wasn't hitting lines, so we kind of kept moving over until we finally got some tips on it. And then, like I said, made a few adjustments and frustrated her. And then when she gets frustrated, their whole team kind of got frustrated. And she's their main hitter. Lizzie Tyler, she did a nice job, but she just doesn't hit as hard yet as Brunsing does. She's more kind of an off-speed, kind of, smart roll shot, kind of hitter. And, and they had a hard time right away, I think, adjusting to that, when she'd go in the back, then they're used to still wanting, Lizzie to come hard at them, and it was just going to be an off roll. So I thought the defense got better of adjusting to that, and we had known that and talked about that, but I think they made adjustments from when Brunsing went in the back. Our defense kind of could scoot up and be more in their spots more. And so just, like I said, we made a few adjustments that I think really were key for us.
Great. 2 perfect weeks in the book. Now we go to the SES tournament, and then we close with Platt. Platt is a team that we will see in pool play. Talk about this weekend.
This is a big weekend. SESD, we see most of these teams already, but there's some good teams. We didn't have Morgan when we played Burke, so we eventually, hopefully getting that championship. And then, of course, I'm sure Wagner's going to be right with us because it's Burke 1, us 2, Wagner 3 right now sitting. So in our pool, we have Platte Geddes and Gregory. We'll play Platte Geddes first, then we'll play Gregory second. Then whoever wins your pool comes out and goes into the championship or 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever pool. Hopefully we're sitting in that championship pool. It's like set up a lot like the Big Dakota and pretty much exactly like the Big Dakota. And we talked about, when we lost to Miller way back then, that we can still get them at the Big Dakota. We didn't do exactly what we wanted, but we got in that championship pool. We, played pretty good at that against them. Gave them a run, took a set from them, and that's kind of the same thing. Now we really want to go back. We didn't have Morgan when we had played Burke, so we really want some revenge. I know the girls did not think they played very well, and so we've been talking about that ever since that match, that we can get another shot at them at the SESD. So that's going to be crucial, get some points there. Then we'll have Wagner maybe again if things play out like they're supposed to on paper.
And right now they're saying the same thing.
And like I said, I told the girls last night, I said, they're saying the same exact thing that we're saying, with Burke. We want revenge. that they want revenge too against us because they're thinking that they can, have a shot at us. So it goes both ways, but we have to be ready to play. Good thing is that'll be two, if everything plays out, that'll be two really, I think, big matches that you're going to have to put together, which you'd have to put together in when we go down to regions and SODAC, or if you go state tournament that far, you got to put match after match together, it's a day apart or whatever, but it's still, you got to stay focused. And so I think it'll be good, and I think it's going to come down to who makes less errors, who's going to kind of put it all together. I think Wagner's on a 11 SESD winning streak.
I was going to ask.
11 years, I believe. Wagner has now won it.
How many titles do we have in the SESD?
0. We have 0. We've only been in it a few years, 3, 4 maybe. But yeah, we don't have any. So we've talked about that and how one of our goals at the beginning of the year was to win the SESD, and knock off Wagner. Don't let them take their 12th. But Amy has them ready. I tell you, I don't know, but every year she has them ready to go for the SESD. So they're going to come out. Last year same thing. We beat them, and they come back and beat us at the SESD. We did not play very well. Burke beat us, and we beat Burke in the regular season earlier in the year, and then both of them took revenge on us at the SESD. So still a lot of things up in the air. So those PowerPoints are crucial all the way around. There's still a lot of fluctuating between those PowerPoints. Like I said, you get them on from the beginning of the day, and by the end of the day, you're either up or down from what you were. It's never the same. So
you're at 44 now.
We're at 44, and that was our goal, to get to 44. So we got to 44 now. We just got to keep it.
So then after the SESD, you'll come back, and then you'll head over to Platt's on the road, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Talk about that Platt match.
Yep, like you said, kind of like the Big Dakota. We had Mobridge we played, and then we had Mobridge on Monday. Same thing here. We're going to have Platt in our pool that we're going to have to play, and then you're going to have Platt again on Monday. So same situation. We have to come out ready to play, focused. But then on Monday, no matter who wins on Saturday, you can't lose focus. And, if we win, they're not going to roll over and die for us on Monday. So we got to be ready to play, again on Monday. So, that's another team. Jill has a great program there. Their record isn't, I don't think, exactly where they want to be, but they're still contenders, and they're going to fight, and it's their last regular season too, last home game. I'm sure it's going to be senior night or whatever, So, they're going to be ready to play. We're going to have to come out and focus, stay in system, make sure we keep attacking and doing the little things, keep the serves in, and serve receive is, needs to be too. So
where do you sit in the seedings right now?
Right now we're 6th, so we've moved up, and I think it'll be hard to get to 5. I'm not sure it's possible even if we won out, but, I guess they could lose, you never know, and people above them might drop points, because that always happens. If they get under 500, then it moves down to 44. So, there's still a possibility, but it's, we're going to obviously have to win out to even have a chance to get up to 5, just because I think they're 44-3 or 44-0 something. So, but right now we're sitting 6th. Aberdeen, Roncalli, and Groton are pretty much, 43-7. So there's a chance, if things don't go our way, we could drop, they could go up. So there's things all over the place. I've said this, that Region 5 is stacked. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of up in the air. You never know what's going to happen in that region, who's even going to come out. Right now, McCook and Wagner are the top 2 seeds, but you really can't let, Madison, Parker, even MVP, Parkston, like I said, you can't rule any of them out there. So that, there could be an upset there, which is going to screw everything up, coming down. So that's kind of what easily could happen. But right now, like I told the girls, we got to take care of what we can take care of. We can't control the other teams. We can't control upsets right now. We just got to keep doing what we need to do, and we still need to want PowerPoint. So we're just going to keep battling and hopefully work on one match at a time and worry about ourselves. And I guess the seed points is going to turn out the way it's going to turn out, and we can't change it, so we just got to go with it.
One of the things that we haven't talked about that we need to is we're also now the #1 seed in Region 7, which means we would host that region final,
Yep.
right? The two games.
We would have a bye the first match. Pine Ridge would host first match if everything ends today, like if it did and regions, started tomorrow. But we'd have a bye, and then second round we would host all of them in winter, which I think would be good.
Was that the first time?
Nope, last year.
I thought we went west last year.
Oh, I thought we hosted.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, we did. No, Pine Ridge was ahead of us. No, they weren't. They were 6. We couldn't have been because we played them in the championship.
Correct.
So it was
We
6
played
to
them in the
12.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, we played them in 16. We were 6 last year, I think, and they were 11.
Okay.
And that's right now. Things played out. That's who we would have today. As of today, right now, when I looked just a little bit ago, we were 6. They were 11. So that's exactly. So we had to host last year because we were 6. They were 11. So 2 years ago, we did go there. We did go to Pine Ridge. We didn't play Pine Ridge, but we went to Pine Ridge because they were the high seed. But last year it was in winter.
Nicest thing about all this talk, you control your own destiny.
Yep.
And girls will figure it out, right?
Yep. You just gotta control what we can and take care of the little things and what we're doing, and it's all you can control.
Thanks for your time, Coach Keiser.
Thanks.